I want to take a moment and give some shout outs to these countries and territories. United States, hey, that's where I'm from. United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Hungary, France, Germany, Qatar, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Uganda, Belgium, Russia, Portugal, Poland, Netherlands, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt. Because you are the ones in just the last 5 days that have tuned in to Stop the Self-Sabotage and Create the Life You Desire podcast. And it is because of you, just in the last 5 days, that these are the ones who have joined us. It is because of you that we're in the top 20% worldwide. And when I say we are in the top 20%, that's you and me. We're partnering on this. So I'm going to do everything I can to earn the right to stay in your life. And so that's what we're going to start with today. When is the last time you found yourself in a toxic situation that it felt like it was just sucking the soul right out of you? I remember one job I had in corporate, and outside of the job, somebody was trying to evangelize to me. And they said, "Aren't you worried about going to hell?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I work there." Okay. So we've all had that experience. And it's not just in our career. It could be in a friend, uh, someone close, a family member, a significant other. It could be with money and just the lack of it, or maybe a health diagnosis. So just look at what you've got going on in your life right now and apply these distinctions, because see, there's distinctions between being stuck in dysfunction and then turning that around and realizing your dreams. So that's what we're talking about today is, are your dreams for sale? So I have two women just in the last 2 weeks, because everything I bring to you, it's current. So I have two women that are in this situation right now. Neither one of them has this resolved, but one of them will receive the results that she wants. And the other one has been programmed and conditioned for crisis, chaos, drama, and she is choosing to keep that. By the time we're done today, you're going to have a choice. Okay, so the very first distinction that you need to ask yourself is, when do you ask for assistance? When do you ask for help? So the first woman coaches with me regularly. Now, whether it's with me or it's with someone else, it does not matter. And the reason why she does that is, it's not because she's got all these problems to solve. No, it is the other side of the law of polarity. She has all these dreams she wants to turn into reality. So she coaches around DIR, dreams into reality. Now, during that, is she going to have problems come up? Yes. But then she looks at how to take those problems and turn them into challenges for fuller expression of who she really is. The other woman I work with on and off over several years, and she asks for help only when she's in a problem that turns into a crisis. Now, why is this a big deal? Because I know a lot of people that are attracted to me are leaders. That's what you are. If you've been in my world for a while, you are already a leader. But there are two types of leaders. There are those that want significance, which is partnering with others to make the world a better place. And then there are those that have been taught to lead by being a martyr and having to sacrifice, or gaining a level of importance on everybody you have to save. We're going to talk about that in step number 2. But okay, so when do you ask for help? So you can be asking for help, even as a leader, only when you get flooded. You are absolutely overwhelmed because you've been programmed and conditioned with that mindset that I've got to do it all on my own. I've got to make this happen. And it is weakness to ask for assistance. No, it is weakness whenever you choose to stay with dysfunctions. It is strength when you say, this is here for a reason. I've created this situation for a reason. See, that's something else. You got to take 100% responsibility for where you're at, not 100% responsibilities for who might be around you. Some people come to me and go, I have anxiety. And I'm like, yeah, you probably do because you're surrounded by assholes. Okay. So 100% responsibility of how you use this situation as a springboard for your next level of success. You cannot control those around you. But what you are in control of is your focus, how you optimize those feelings, because the fear isn't going to go away. You got to be able to use it. And then the actions you take because of the previous 2. Okay. So when do you ask for help? If you find yourself only asking for help when things get really, really bad, you are going to go from crisis to crisis. So there's going to be some lulls in between, but it's simply waiting for, as my mama taught me a long time ago, waiting for the next shoe to drop. I love my mom, but she was conditioned and trained to go from crisis to crisis. So even when things were going good, she was waiting for it to go bad. It wasn't until I got into the industry I'm in where I learned that is simply programming and conditioning, and anything that has been learned can be relearned and upgraded. Oh my gosh, I didn't tell you who I am. Dawn Ferguson. I am a certified hypnotist, certified instructor, a rapid results coach. Woohoo. I got initials behind my name. What it all means is I know how to take you from where you are to where you want to be as quick as possible, because your mind always looks for immersion experiences. It looks for things to flood it, but that flooding can either rise you up and you can be riding that wave of success, or it's going to overwhelm you and you're going to feel like you're drowning in the crisis, chaos, and confusion. So step number 1, start looking at when do you ask for help, and maybe you need to be upgrading and saying, you know what, it's not just when I'm overwhelmed. I've got to do something about these dreams. And a dream is something that will not let you go. You've already given up on it so many times, but it has not given up on you. Why is that? Because it is a desire. And if you go back to the original Latin of desire, it's desire, which means from the Father. So whatever your spiritual inclination is, this is a seed that's been planted within you by the universe for your mission, vision, purpose, and path. It is just one piece of it. There are things that you are supposed to be accomplishing, and you cannot do that if you keep trying to manage life through crisis. Okay, so that's distinction number 1. Distinction number 2 is the B3 and the core 4. There are 7 needs of the spirit and its expression. 4 of them are basic. That's the core 4. Here's what's interesting. Each one of these ways of expressing ourselves has a progress side as well as a pain side, because we're dealing with the law of polarity. Everything is created as a whole. So you can have suffering or you can have success. We have been given the ability to choose. We're the only life form we know of that has that ability. So we're going to look at the core 4. Then we have the B3. These are the motivators. There's 5 motivators in life. And motivators actually want you to merge with your environment for you to be fed by it. But if it's poisonous, if it's toxic, well, then, yeah, what you're eating a junk food diet of dysfunction, and then you're wondering why you can't get anywhere in the race and the run called life. It's because you're too weak. All right, so the core four. Look at whatever problem you're having in your life right now, because it is meeting one of these in an unhealthy way. Whenever I ask my clients, what are you getting out of this problem? They're like, I'm not getting a darn thing. I'm like, yes, you are. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't keep it. We only keep things in our life that go along with our beliefs. Now, it takes 91 days to upgrade a belief. Why is that? Because it takes 91 days to upgrade your identity, but it's done through evidence. So, evidence comes about by taking action. It is not what you're thinking. It's not the affirmations you do. It's not the pretty vision boards you make. It's the consistent action you engage with every single day that says, I will not be denied. This dream is a fuller expression of who I am. Okay, but let's look at how you're stuck in this nightmare because you're getting one of the core four met in a dysfunctional way. The first one is certainty, and certainty shows up as safety when it's dysfunctional. Oh, I must be dependent on other people, places, and things for me to be okay. This is one of the reasons why whenever I work with my clients, I teach them the system of success of them. It's customized to them. I don't want you dependent upon me. No, there needs to be transfer of authority or transfer of power. So maybe you keep handing your power away going, oh, it'll be that book, it'll be that course, it'll be that class, it'll be that coach, it'll be that video, it'll be that podcast. No, it won't. It will be you. But you've got to learn how to take your power back and say, I am not responsible for how I was programmed and conditioned to be in life, but I do take 100% responsibility for where I am right now and how I need to get to where I'm going. I take 100% responsibility for my upgrade. That is security. Security says if it is to be, it is up to me. And by the way, we always look for certainty. It is the foundation of life. And you will only move into situations where you have a high level of certainty. So that's either going to be a situation where you're going to find all the people, places, and things that are going to hold you down, or you're going to find a situation where it's going to challenge you to bring you out at your best. Okay. Then the second one after that is going to be variety, because when life gets too certain, we get bored. So how does that show up with dysfunction? Crisis, chaos, drama, confusion. Remember the two women that I described? And we have one that only reaches out when she's in that space. That's because her powerful mind is looking for an influx of emotion, because everything we do because we're going to get an emotional hit off of it. And this is where it gets interesting with fear, because science has found that fear and excitement light up the same area of the brain. So you can get variety by going, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Or you can get variety by going, I'm taking this to the top. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to make this happen. Maybe I need to stay in this situation because it's not the situation, it's me. Maybe I need to leave, but I'm the one who's going to choose. That's true freedom, because that's what's on the other side of drama, crisis, chaos, and confusion. In fact, you want to create those things. Tell someone you're taking away their freedoms, and they will fight you for the ability to choose, unless they've been trained to hand their power away to other people to make it okay for them. Sheeple. Okay. Again, Look at your current problem, which is really nothing more than a challenge, asking you to bring yourself out at your very best, and be looking at how it's meeting this, but on a dysfunctional way. Then you have worthiness. Worthiness comes about with your dysfunctional distinction as far as you have to sacrifice yourself. You have to be a martyr. You have to make it okay for everybody else by denying what you really want. Or narcissistic tendencies at this level, not disorder. That's something I can't help you with. But this is where you've been trained to save people. I must go in and save them because they cannot save themselves. Well, remember we talked about that programming and conditioning? You will continue to seek out people, places, and things where you either need to sacrifice yourself or you need to save them. Either way, people despise victims. They also despise bullies, but then there's something else that they dislike just as much, and that's heroes. So you can go in and save them, and it won't be very long before they will be rejecting you. Why is that? Because they don't want to have to rely on you. They want to be empowered themselves. So what's on the other side of worthiness? Significance. This is transfer of power and transfer of authority. This is when you partner up with somebody else and the world is better because of what you can create together, because of the strengths, talents, and abilities that both of you bring. Yes, maybe you're resolving a challenge, but the world is going to be a better place because it's not going to be a solution for just that area. It is going to have the ripple effect, the butterfly effect, the domino effect, where it's going to go out and spread so much farther than what you ever dreamed of. Your worth is not dependent upon saving or sacrificing other people. Your worth is dependent upon the world being a better place because you're showing up and bringing the best you that you have in the moment to the experience. Okay. And then the last level of the core four is going to be validation. And when you're on the dysfunctional side, you're seeking validation through the approval of others. It's like you're always running around taking a poll. Should I do this? What do you think? Oh, I'm not sure. Oh my gosh, I tried doing this and other people talked bad about me. You know, that whole cancel culture. Okay. You were conditioned to live off the crumbs that other people were going to leave for you. Not your fault. You got to take validation, or you got to take 100% responsibility for creating your own validation. Because what you really want on the other side of this that's healthy is love. But you cannot get what you do not give. So you need to be moving into this situation as an expression of love. This is not transactional. This is not you do this and I'll do that. That's what happens at the grocery store. Okay? Fuller expression of you is not transactional. You are love everywhere you go. Now, here's the challenge. Some people go, well, that's what got me into this problem in the first place. People treated me like a doormat. No, you actually, without realizing it, moved over to the connection side. And that's what got you into the challenge, not your fuller expression of you at your very best where you are right now. It's what you thought you had to be for them to be okay. That's what creates doormats. I have to be nice. There's a difference between nice and kind, but that's a different training. Okay. So out of these four, you need to look at which one is your dysfunction right now, because it holds your magnificence and your brilliance. It's what's on the other side. But that seed of potential hasn't been put into the proper environment to produce growth in your life because of the B3. There's 5 motivators. The strongest 3 are going to be status, certainty, and autonomy. So status in a very dysfunctional way says, I need to be around people where I can say, oh, I'm better than you. I saw this the other day. I was going someplace with a group of people. I was in the back seat, and you got the driver and the person in the front seat, right? And the front seat was actually acting like a back seat driver, going, well, did you know you can go this way for a shortcut? And I started laughing in the back seat after a while of watching this. And then the driver goes, yeah, I know. I'm not saying anything because I just want to keep the peace. That's dysfunctional. You get somebody violating boundaries, you need to be able to say, you know what, I'm just not open to this conversation. Thank you for your input, but at this point, I do not need it. So, status. Are you a better version of who you were yesterday? That's healthy status. Now, of course, there's more distinctions than this, going in deeper to it, but you can just look at, do I move into a situation because this is what feeds you? These motivators are where you want to merge with your environment for it to nurture and nourish you. So are you always moving into environments where look, I have to prove how much better I am than everybody else because I hold my tongue, which then actually looks at the dysfunctional need of you're handing your power away to other people. Remember, certainty, you hand your power away to other people for you to be okay. And you can put yourself in a situation where they're going to try to hold you down so you can get your certainty, and you will be motivated to continue to find these people. Okay. The second motivator is control. So you're either pointing your finger at everybody else and going, well, if you do this, then I'll do that. If you do this, then I'll be okay. If you do this, no, you need to be magnificent no matter what's going on with them. And if you find that you cannot bring out your brilliance around them, you need to be looking at upgrading the experience you're in with them. And sometimes it means you need to leave. Sometimes it means that you need to quit allowing them to trigger you, because maybe the situation does not need to upgrade. Maybe you're being asked to upgrade. So where's the finger pointing? And then the third motivator is autonomy. These are the choices. And it's interesting how autonomy can be experienced in the mind. How much beauty do you see in the world? Or how much darkness do you see? That shows how much autonomy you have because you have freedom to choose. Yeah, there are a lot of challenging things going on in our world. And I don't know about you, but I know it's probably going to get worse because it continues to. But I can still see the beauty in the world. Namaste. The higher part of me salutes the higher part of you. I can see that magnificence, that brilliance that you have. Maybe you were taught to allow other people to have the light switch and control of it, and they're turning it down. And so you need transfer of power. But I can still see the beauty. Now, I choose not to be around people if once given the choice, they decide to keep their light switch in the dim position and then blame everybody else. But we need to have that choice. So this is what you'll do. You'll want to merge yourself with environments that are either going to bring out beauty or they're going to bring out the darkness. And that's how you're going to be fed. Okay, so step number 2, look at how you're getting your need met as well as your motivator dysfunctionally. And then the very last distinction. Whatever you're having a problem with, what would happen if you just let it go? If you just said, you know what, I'm going to move on. I'm not going to deal with it anymore. What would happen? Now, the two women that I talked to you about at the very beginning, I'm going to give you the difference between them. And one was a reaction, one was a response. Reactions are based on past pain. Responses are based on future impact. So the one that goes from crisis to drama to crisis said, there's no way I can let this situation go. Absolutely no way. I have people that are depending on me to be able to do this, and I'm just going to have to suck it up and keep moving forward. And that's life. It's just continually a problem. I'll have some good times. And no, I cannot let it go. I am here, Dawn, for you to assist me in trying to make this a little bit better. And you're asking me that everything I built up to this point just to walk away from it? No, I can't do that. The law of polarity says that everything is created as a whole, which means if there is a problem, there is also an answer. There's also a solution. The reason why you cannot see it is because you have not developed the identity to be able to see it. People want to know how do I do this all the time? You should be asking who you need to be first in order to do it. And then who can assist you with the first who. I have not canceled Dr. Seuss. Still in Whoville. Okay. The other woman, when it was asked what would happen if you let all of this go, she thought for a little bit, and she said the conclusion she came to is she said, I'll find another way to make my dream happen, because this is something my higher power put in me. And this current situation that I'm in, that does not define my desire. It is just a stepping stone to assist me in revealing more of who I really am. So maybe I'll do it through this current situation. Maybe I will not. But if I do not, I'll find another situation that will get me there. See the distinctions? See the difference? Because she will not be denied. It is part of her. It is fuller expression. So I don't know if it's with your health, it's your money situation, your career, your relationship. But you deserve so much more. Not because, oh, you have to make it so hard to earn it, but because it's part of your expression of who your higher power designed you to be. See, those things, the money and the relationships and the health and everything else comes about because of who you are. Those aren't the real goals. Those are what's known as KPIs, key performance indicators. They show that you're on a consistent path of growth. You get them because of who you are being and expressing, which is more life in a healthy, functional, loving way. Because when you turn on your brilliance, you're able to model for others how they can do it for themselves. A candle is not diminished by lighting another candle. People are watching you right now because you are a leader. They're watching you because your actions speak louder than words. So what are you showing them? It's your brilliance. It's waiting for you. If I can assist you with this, I'm going to give you a couple of options here. One is a 2-day intensive that I'm going to teach you, transfer of power of authority. I'm going to teach you how to do this for yourself. You'll be surrounded with other leaders that are all turning on their light even brighter. You'll have mastermind time with them as well as with me. It's a small, intimate group, so I can make sure you receive the attention you desire and deserve. You can get more information on that by going to drewdawnferguson.com/2021 Success Summit 2021. And then the other one is, let's see if we should be working together. Whether it's hypnosis, whenever somebody works with me in hypnosis, I always combine coaching with it, or whatever it might look at. Potentially just coaching to start with. So let's have a conversation and make sure that you feel like I'm the right fit for you and I can assist you. So you can reach out to me either by call or text for a consult. If you text me, you need to say consult with Dawn, and that's 1-636-699-7791. And if you do choose to work with me, as long as I still have space, I am going to gift you a ticket to Success Summit 2021. Okay, so as we close, I asked you in the beginning, are your dreams for sale? That's not the real question. Have you sold your soul to dysfunction? And now it keeps perverting your progress down to your painful past. Because on the other side of that is the revelation of who you really are. And once you start moving into that, you will absolutely be amazed by how the entire world conspires to bring you out at your very best. Everything is here, pulling for your success, because that's why you're here. If I can assist you in that, I'd be honored. So until we get together again, blessings on your brilliance. It's waiting for you.